SECCA stands for Sexuality Education, Counselling and Consultancy Agency. So, specifically around sexuality relationships, we provide education, psychosexual education, to individuals, family members and support workers and other organisations working or supporting people with disabilities. And we provide consultancy services and education. So we have in-house education programs that occur about 3 or 4 times a year, and they cover aspects of sexuality and relationships, protective behaviours, puberty, and also educating on the new app and the resources that we have available as well. This resource has been updated just recently around sexuality and relationships and your rights, and this is being not audited, but we're actually doing some feedback from it because we've actually changed the scope from the original book that we had, because it's been really highly valued and we've had so much requests for the book because of it covers a whole range of things, not just consent, but different healthy relationships, unhealthy relationships, sexual health and the law as well. So it's been really well sought after actually. So that's been recently a development. We also have developed an app called the SECCA app. So in that we provide either online information or an actual hard copy, so to speak, that helps individuals and teachers to provide information on sexuality and relationships and consent for those, for all ages. We also have a great library, so we have got some really great resources here. So individuals or organisations can join the library. There is a fee. However, we have specific information around sexuality, relationships, journal articles, and also access to our resources in regards to the app as well. So our project manager consulted other organisations working in the area of justice, but individuals as well, plus myself as therapist and the other therapists that work here all had input in here, and we actually had our name here as well. So we all, and in that process we actually had a committee that we actually sent the resource to discuss with and get their feedback as well, so we can add all the information that was gathered during that process. Yes, we did. We had community involvement and people with disabilities in particular as well, just to make sure that the images that we had were appropriate and actually user-friendly, so to speak. I think they're important because we all learn differently. The resources like the SECCA app and this resource provides a different way of learning. So there's not only just visual language, but there's also pictures that can be very helpful, and it's targeted to all levels there. The actual pictures also are non-specific or non-gendered, so therefore we can actually relate it specifically to that individual. The app in itself as well is done in Creole as well, the actual SECCA app, and also too it's very flexible, so you can actually develop an individual learning program for the people that you're working with. And it's specific to what we do around disability and sexuality as well. Even though it's user-friendly for other people, it just meets some of those needs that individuals sometimes who find it hard to learn or non-verbal to use this. And they love it because the colour, and it's just very inviting to read and to look at. Because they are so up-to-date and evidence-based and specific for WA, they're able to be used in a very valid way, if that makes sense. They also are great to use because they feel good and they look good, and the clients just are very, I suppose, excited because they have the opportunity to take control and have some say and understanding about what is happening or what they would like to happen within their relationships and for themselves. So it's actually very empowering, I suppose. Not really. There wasn't, because people really wanted something, because there was really nothing. There's a real gap in this area, particularly around the SECCA app and the booklet around sexuality, relationships and the law. So it was really welcomed, and we had lots of good support. And I think it was more around time constraints and some funding issues maybe, but more around time constraints, I think, in that regard. because we had the project officers that were involved with this, and also the SECCA app were just really dedicated and have done just an amazing job. Yes, there is an ongoing evaluation, so and that's through one of the other project officers, and what we do is when we give out the resource, particularly the relationship, sexuality and the law resource booklet, we take the email and then we're going to ask for feedback, because there might be some, because it's an updated resource, but also we want to make sure that we've got it right, and if there's anything that particularly needs to be changed, we'll do so after we get that feedback. So that's ongoing at the moment, because that was funded and we have to do that audit of the booklet to see whether or not we need to add or change some of the concepts within the booklet. We'll link in with people like from Sexual Health Headquarters, SiREN as well, to do collaborative work or work out what information or resources they have that we can share or offer together. We work a lot with individuals and organisations like DDWA in regards to advocacy and resources, and often promotion of resources and education as well. One thing we are doing is just trialling like a pilot, pilot service in Bunbury. So that's once a fortnight there, just because we know there's a lack of support within the community. So at the moment we're trialling it for 3 months and it's looking very successful. We recently went to the sexual health conference, and oh my gosh, people from eastern states, from the Kirby Institute as well as from Texas, wanting to work and collaborate with us and regard some new projects going forward. So that's really, really cool in that regard. Anyone can. We don't need a specific referral from a GP or a medical referral, so you can self-refer. We often get referrals from other organisations, a lot from Department of Communities, and also from Justice, also individually as well, and also family members can. If they would like a referral, they can access it online. They just have to go to the SECCA website, and it's quite self-explanatory there to put a referral in. One thing I might just add is regarding wanting to know more about SECCA, just to give us a phone call, because again we get a lot of queries just from people wanting to know information, what we do and how we do it, and whether or not we can support them. So we're very happy to follow up, even if there's not necessarily a referral, just to talk to individuals if they would like some information, support or some direction. That's absolutely fine as well.